Hey, Special Olympics. How's it going? Hope everyone's excited for Monday night. We have a lot going on tonight. So we have Stephanie and Kelsey joining us from Enhance Lab. So they'll be leading us through a mindfulness session tonight. You guys are free to comment and chat away, but make sure you're paying attention and pick up on these mindfulness techniques. So Stephanie and Kelsey, if you want to take it away, feel free.
All right, awesome. Thank you. So it's so good to see everyone. Thank you for coming and for joining us tonight. Me and Kelsey have done one peak session before and really loved it. So we are glad to be back. And I do have just like a PowerPoint so that we have something to look at while we are practicing. So I'm sure that everyone kind of already knows what mindfulness is. You've probably tried a few different things. And some of the things that we'll do today, you might have tried before, but it's always good to get a little bit more practice. And then we hope that some things will be new and you'll get to try some new techniques and things. So, mindfulness is a set of skills that can include meditation, being kind to ourselves and others, and paying attention to how our bodies feel. So it can help us by helping us feel calm and relaxed. And it's also really good for our physical health. So if we lower our stress, it helps us sleep better. It helps us to lower our blood pressure. And then, of course, it also improves our minds. So focus, concentration, all those good things for our everyday life. And also, once we get back to playing sports, helping us prepare for competition and just really be focused. So, this is our schedule for today. We're going to be trying a few different things because we all have different brains and we're all going to like different things. So, if we try a few different strategies and techniques, hopefully everyone will find one that they like. So, we have two deep breathing techniques. The first is ocean breath that Kelsey will take us through, and then we'll do hot chocolate breathing. And then we'll do progressive muscle relaxation. And then finally, a watching my thoughts meditation. So let's just get right into it. And I'll give it over to Kelsey.
Okay, thanks, Steph. So just like Steph mentioned, there are lots of different mindfulness tools. So breathing is one of the really common tools we use to engage in mindfulness. Breathing is something we do all the time, and we can pay attention to it anytime we want, which is pretty cool. And so we're going to talk about a couple different breathing techniques for today. And so it's interesting because sometimes when we're feeling, we might be feeling anxious, sad, nervous, big emotions, the way that we are breathing might actually change. And so sometimes when we're feeling a really strong emotion, we might even hold our breath without even noticing that we're doing it. And so when we learn to pay attention to our breathing, notice our breathing, this can really help us notice how we're feeling in that moment. And when we do this can help us calm down. And something really cool is that when we deep breathe and we engage in that deep belly breathing, it sends a signal to a very special part of our brain that helps us relax and feel more calm. And so the more that we can let our bellies balloon out when we breathe in, the more relaxed we will feel. So breathe deeply when we try these. You can even put your hand on your belly now and feel your belly move in and out as you breathe. And so the first breathing exercise that we're going to do together this evening is called the ocean breath. And so we call it the ocean breath because our breath goes in and our breath goes out the way that waves of the ocean lap up against the shore in a natural rhythm. So we're going to breathe just like that. And you can choose as we go through these if you want to keep your eyes open or if you want to keep your eyes closed. Sometimes people like to close their eyes because it can help them to stay more focused. But some people are not comfortable closing their eyes, and that's totally okay. And so if you're comfortable with your eyes closed, that's great. If you'd rather leave your eyes open, you can maybe have your gaze looking down at your feet or at your lap, and try to keep your eyes nice and soft and nice and relaxed. And that'll help you not to be too distracted. And so it can also be helpful to sit up nice and tall in your chair. So maybe you want to bring your shoulders up and back and down and sit up nice and tall so you can take those deep, deep belly breaths. And so as we start to get ready for our breathing, you can close your eyes now if you'd like, or you can leave your eyes open. And start to pay attention to how the air feels on the inside of your nostrils. Notice if it's cool or warm. Really examine what the air feels like as it passes back and forth in your nostrils as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Also pay attention, is the air moving more in one nostril than the other? Sometimes one nostril is more open than the other and can receive more air. Notice the air when you breathe out. Maybe you want to put your finger under your nose to feel the air there. In and out, in and out. Notice the sensation in your nostrils. And if you start thinking about something else, just notice and gently bring your thoughts back to the breath. Every time you notice this and you bring your attention back to the breath, you are practicing mindfulness. You are rewiring your brain right now to help you feel more calm. Now pay attention to what the rest of your body feels like when you're breathing. So take a moment here, place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And feel what the body feels like when you breathe in. Chest expands, belly expands like a balloon. And when you breathe out, belly relaxes back down and the chest relaxes back down. Notice your whole breath. Breathe in, air goes in through your nostrils, chest is rising, belly is expanding. And feel the chest and the belly go down as you breathe out. And now try a few times on your own, counting 3 breaths and paying attention to the start and end of each breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one, breathing in, breathing out. Okay. And that brings us to the end of our first breath work. If your eyes are closed, you can start to blink your eyes open, get your eyes used to the room. Okay. So I'm wondering if anyone wants to share what they thought about that meditation. You can do it in the chat. And I'm wondering how many people, and you can maybe raise your hand if you'd like, how many people could feel the sensations of the breath in their nose, in their nostrils? Oh, I see some people raising their hands. Yeah. I'm just going to open up the chat here. Yeah. So Chrissy said that was relaxing. You could feel the sensations. How many people could feel the breath in their belly? Oh, I see some more hands. Very good. Yeah. Jessica says, yes, she can. And Alexis is feeling relaxed and calm. Did anyone find it that it was maybe a little bit hard to pay attention during that breath work? No. So it seems like people were able to notice the breathing. Andrew is, oh, I lost it, is saying it's fun. He could feel the air out of his hand. It was relaxing, feeling the breath in his belly. Very good. And so I see some hands up. And I'm wondering if maybe a couple people want to share what they thought about that. So I see Brittany, your hand is up. Do you have something to share? Oh, I think you're on mute.
Yes. When I'm breathing in, I guess it's stressful when when it's a stormy night. I get
Mm-hmm.
scared, but I just breathe in if I'm scared of the storm, right? And I just breathe in. If the thunderstorm's coming, I just breathe in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just
And
breathe
how does
in.
it make you feel when you breathe in?
Feel happy.
Good, great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Brittany. That's
Welcome.
awesome. Okay, and I see Jordan in the chat is saying, I love that breathing technique. I feel relaxed. I love the ocean breathing. You know, Jordan, I love the ocean breathing too. That's one of my favorites. So maybe we'll take one more hand up and then we'll move on to our next breath activity. So this time I'll just pick Cassie, I see your hand is up too.
For me, that felt really good, the breathing,
Mm-hmm.
because some days
Okay.
for me, currently at my house, it can get stressful.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel when you're breathing, if you're feeling maybe a little bit stressed?
My breathing isn't the best that should be.
Mm. I don't know if I heard that quite right. Your breathing isn't the way it should be when you're feeling stressed. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah. And when you do maybe engage in some ocean breathing, do you notice it changes how you're feeling?
I noticed how it changed a little bit.
Oh. And what was that change? Did you feel more calm?
I felt more calm, more relaxed.
Great. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing that, Cassie. That's wonderful.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, we have a couple more to go through, so that's all the hands we'll take today. But if you want to share anything else in the chat, we'd love to hear it. I see something, someone has shared that they feel like they're by the beach, which is another reason I like this one. And a couple other people are saying that that they're enjoying that one. So that's a nice way to start, but we have a lot of other really great ones coming up. So I will hand it over to Steph.
Awesome. Thanks, Kelsey. I already feel much more relaxed, and it was great to see everyone practicing that one. Good work. So the next thing we're going to try is hot chocolate breathing. And I really like this one. It's really quick. It's kind of like a little mini mindfulness or breathing technique. And so who likes hot chocolate, first of all? Raise your hand. Yeah, me too. So for this, we are going to imagine that we are holding a nice big mug of hot chocolate. And then maybe you can even feel the warmth of the hot chocolate in your hands. Maybe you can look down in there and really imagine what your hot chocolate looks like. So maybe you like some really small marshmallows in there, or one really big marshmallow. Maybe you like whipped cream, chocolate sauce, sprinkles. However you like your hot chocolate, just imagine that you're holding that hot chocolate in your hand. And then what we're going to do is when we breathe in, we're going to breathe in deeply through our nose, and we're going to pretend that we're smelling our hot chocolate and really breathe it in. And then when we blow out, we're going to blow out through our mouth like we are blowing on our hot chocolate to cool it down. So it'll be like breathe in, you're smelling your hot chocolate. And then when we breathe out, we take one long blow out through our mouth to cool down the hot chocolate. So let's just do a few deep breaths all together. So breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in. Smell your hot chocolate. And breathe out. Blow on your hot chocolate. And let's do one more. Breathe in and out. Okay, awesome work, everyone. So how did people like doing the hot chocolate breathing? I see that Kayla remembers it from last time. That's great. It's my favorite, so I do it all the time. Yeah, some other people liked it. That's good to hear. Could anyone actually smell their hot chocolate as they were breathing in? Yeah, I feel like I could a little bit too. Awesome. And notice how you feel now. Are people feeling more relaxed? How do you feel in your body, in your mind? Oh, wow, that's awesome. Thank you, everyone. So good to see everyone sharing in the chat. I love it. So maybe I will take like 2 questions from people that have their hands up. So Emily, did you have something you wanted to share about hot chocolate breathing?
I tried the hot chocolate breathing. I like mermaids. I like water cappuccinos. I also like Ryan's toys. And then I got packets coming inside my house.
Oh, you have a pet. Nice, that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw a question from Lee. Could you do that for tea? And that is such a good question. Yes, you can definitely do it for tea. Not everyone likes hot chocolate as much as I do. So if you prefer tea or coffee, usually some kind of warm drink if you're blowing on it. But yeah, I know it might even be weird to imagine hot chocolate now since it's so warm outside in Alberta. So just pick whatever works best for you. And Shelby, did you have a question or comment?
I'm new.
Hi.
I like these breathing techniques.
Nice. You like them? That's great to hear. Awesome. So maybe we will go on to the next thing, which Kelsey will be taking us through progressive muscle relaxation.
Okay, I'm almost too relaxed from the hot chocolate breathing, so I'll wake up a little for us here. So we're gonna try something different now. It's gonna be a little bit different than breathing. So just like Steph mentioned, some people really like one part of mindfulness, but some people really like other activities. And so one thing I'm wondering for after we do this is I'm wondering if you prefer breathing or if you like the one that's coming up next. So think about it. But what we're going to be doing is tensing and releasing different parts of our bodies. And we're going to go through the whole body like this, all the way from the tip top of your head to the tip top of your toes. And so we're going to pay really close attention to exactly what it feels like to tense and release all the different parts of your body. And we'll do a little practice too, so we know what to do. And so just like before, you can choose to keep your eyes open if you want, or you can close your eyes. But if you have your eyes open, just try to focus on something or look down so that you can try to relax a little bit better. So we're going to be tensing. So for our practice, I want everyone to hold their hands up in front of them and then squeeze your fists as tight as you can and release. And so we're going to do that with all the different parts of our body. And some parts of our body, it might be harder to tense. So just do your best. And so we're going to start. You can find a nice comfy seat. Maybe you bring the bottoms of both of your feet onto the floor. Maybe you wiggle your bum, feel your bum in your seat. Maybe you start to relax your back against your chair. You start to feel your whole body soften. Maybe you close your eyes. And so to begin, make your face as tense as you can. Scrunch your face, scrunch your eyes, shrivel your forehead, purse your lips, as if you've tasted something sour like a lemon. Tense your whole face a little bit more. Tense, 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 tense. And relax, nice and soft. And pay attention to how it feels when you relax. Now try once more. Tense up, tense your face, squeeze, 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 squeeze your face, squeeze your forehead, squeeze your cheeks, push your lips, squeeze, and release. Notice how it feels when you relax. And now we're going to tense up our shoulders. So lift your shoulders towards your head, tight as you can, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax, drop your shoulders back down. And so each time we do this, I want you to notice the sensations in your body when you're tense and when you're relaxed. Now tense up your chest and your upper back. So draw your shoulders forward first, tense, 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 and relax. Now try to draw your shoulders back, tense, tense, tense. And relax, notice the difference. Now tense up your entire arm from your shoulder to your hands. Clench your hands into a fist. Tense all the muscles in your arm. Make them as tight as you can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax. Feel what it feels like to relax through your hands and your arms and your shoulders. Soft and relaxed. And now tense up your entire torso, your upper body, your stomach muscles, your back muscles, your chest muscles, your hands, your fists. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze down to the base of your spine. Tense, tense, tense as much as you can. Tense and relax. And soften the muscles and notice how it feels. And then again, tense your fists, tense your arms, tense your shoulders, tense your chest, tense your stomach, squeeze your tummy in towards your spine. Hold and relax. Soften the muscle. And now start to tense up both legs at the same time. Tense your butt, tense your hips, tense your thighs, tense your calves, your feet. Squeeze your toes like your toes are sucking in sour lemonade. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Tense your whole leg. And let go, relax. Now we're going to tense up our whole bodies, your face, your neck, your shoulders, your torso, your arms, your hands, your legs, your feet, your toes. Tense everything and squeeze. And relax. Pay attention to what it feels like when your whole body is relaxed. And now imagine you are tense like dry spaghetti. You're rigid. And now imagine you're soft like cooked spaghetti and you're loose and soft. Now we'll take a few breaths. So breathing in deeply, feel your belly expand. And breathe out, try to relax your body even more. Breathing in. Breathing out. And see if you can be even more relaxed. And as we start to come out of the practice, notice how you feel now compared to how you feel when you started. Okay. So as we start to come back to the room, come back to the screens, I'm curious, and you can share in the chat, what did you notice? Did you notice anything in your body? Was maybe one part of your body a little bit more tense than the other part? Did one part feel really good when you loosened up? What did you notice? I see some questions about the password, which we will be sharing at the end of our mindfulness practices. Okay, Chrissy said my legs were more intense. Yeah, I'm curious what, it felt better when you relaxed them, or were they more tense when you squeezed them? Yeah, Nicholas said very relaxed. Kayla felt it in their whole body. My body felt really good from Laura. And Chrissy saying they're more tense when you squeeze them. Yeah, what a great observation to notice that in your body. And Danielle saying my legs, but when I relaxed, it felt better. And I felt like I was on a pillow. My body feels good. It was relaxing. I know I always notice my back gets really tense. And so when I tense and release my back, that's when I notice that I start to relax. Very calm. Yeah, wonderful. So I see a couple hands up. Emily, do you have something to share about your experience? Oh, I think you're on mute still.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes. I like me have a bumpy a toy.
Very good. How does your body feel after that mindfulness exercise, I wonder?
Great.
Great. Oh, wonderful. Thanks for sharing, Emily.
Okay.
Hey, and I see Tara or Tara. Do you have something you want to share?
It's Tara. It's not Tara, it's Tara. And it was relaxing, except I'm very hot because of the weather. And I'm like been sweating right now. Like I've been sweating all day and now I'm still hot. And I can't cool off.
That's really tough when you're hot and you just can't cool off.
No.
I'm wondering if maybe you try with a lemonade breath rather than a hot chocolate breath to cool down.
Yeah, I have an AC I can turn on later maybe and cool off that way. That's what I might do.
That's a great idea. Well, thanks for sharing how you felt about the exercise.
Thank
you. To hear. Great. And you know what? I'll do one more. Miranda, do you have something you want to share about our mindfulness?
I had a headache at the beginning and then my headache went away.
Great. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. I know headaches are no fun, and I'm hoping that maybe some of our mindfulness helped with that. So that's great.
I think the headache is probably because of the heat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I like the hot chocolate breath. That's my favorite so far.
Do you, I'm curious, do you like big marshmallows or small marshmallows in your hot chocolate?
A little bit of both.
Oh, very good. A little bit of both. That's my style.
And some whipped cream on the top.
Of course. Great. Thank you for sharing. I see in the chat here from Kim, after all the progressive muscle relaxation, I felt good, but my hands felt tingly. Okay, and there were some shivers. Yeah, what a great noticing of how your body is experiencing these. Very relaxing. Great. Okay. And so one more question you can either answer in the chat or maybe, no, we'll do chat. I'm wondering if you prefer the breathing or if you prefer the progressive muscle relaxation. So more of that belly breathing or more of that body squeezing and releasing. And Kayla's saying both. Yeah, so maybe both works for you, for sure. Yep, some preferences for breathing. Miranda's saying both. Brittany's saying some of that body, I think. So some of that tensing and releasing. Yeah, and it can be fun to figure out what we like best, because when we find what really, really works for us, then we can use it in times when we might need it, when we're feeling a little bit more stressed, like someone mentioned earlier, or we're feeling maybe a big emotion like being sad or being mad. And Kim is saying she prefers the progressive muscle relaxation. Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you all for sharing, and I will continue to watch the chat to see how people are finding our different activities, but I'll pass it off to Steph because we're going to try something totally different. So lots of good stuff.
Nice. Good job, everyone. Yeah, so now we're going to do something that is a little bit different. So this will be more of a longer practice. I'll just be doing a little bit of talking, and everyone can just get comfy in their chairs and listen a little bit, and hopefully this will be relaxing for you. So this is called the Watching My Thoughts or the Park Bench meditation. So sometimes we can get stuck thinking the same thing over and over, especially when we have anxious thoughts or stressful thoughts. We can kind of get stuck on those thoughts. So we're going to learn a technique to help us observe our thoughts without becoming anxious or upset by our thoughts. And this takes a lot of practice. It's not easy at all. So be patient with yourself and just do your best with this technique. So before we start, I'll just explain a little bit about why this is helpful. So as humans, we think a lot. We're actually thinking all the time, and our thoughts are not always useful, especially if they're really anxious, worried thoughts or stressful thoughts. Anxious thoughts can be helpful, but they were more useful in the past. So if you imagine like a caveman seeing a tiger at the entrance of his cave, having that overly anxious thought is good because it tells you that there's danger, it tells you to protect yourself. But now there's not as many threats in our lives as when we were cave people, and our anxious thoughts can be very exaggerated compared to the current situation. And they can play over and over again, and we can get stuck on them. So how can we help ourselves to tame our anxious thoughts? By learning to observe our thoughts and let them pass without getting stuck on them. Okay, so now everyone can maybe close your eyes if you're comfortable, or you can look down. And let's take 2 deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. And in and out. And put your hand on your belly if you like, so that you can feel your belly expanding and your hand rising up as you breathe. And next, I would like you to listen to the sounds all around you. So start off by trying to listen to the sound that is the loudest. So maybe you can hear traffic outside, or maybe you have a fan or the air conditioning on. Just try to find the sound that's the loudest. And then next, we're going to listen to the sound that's the quietest. What sound do you hear now that is the quietest? It might be your own breathing, or it might be your heart beating. Just listen with all your concentration. Sometimes just listening to the sounds can calm us down. You might notice that some sounds last for longer and some sounds may be a little bit shorter, but generally sound has a beginning and an ending. So we're just listening to the beginnings and the endings of sounds. And thoughts are the same way. So thoughts also have beginnings and endings. So what we're going to do now is a bit like a game. I want you to imagine that you're sitting in a park bench, just relaxing on a park bench. Notice how your feet feel, how your body feels, and you're just gazing out at the scenery. There's a road in front of you, and traffic passes by on that road. We're going to pretend that cars, trucks, buses, and bikes that go by are like our thoughts. And when the thought drives away, or the car or truck drives away, we just allow it to go off into the distance. We don't keep thinking about it. So this is a tool that can help us not keep thinking about thoughts over and over and over and over. We just let the thoughts drive away, just like a car or a truck or a bus. So imagine sitting on this park bench, looking ahead at the scenery and feeling that nice, deep breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. All of a sudden, a car pulls up and is driving in front of you. Take a note of the car and watch it as it goes by. And get curious of the car. Take a look at it and take note. And it drives in front of you and it goes off into the distance and it's gone. So return to the breath. The belly expands when you breathe in. And when you breathe out, the belly relaxes back down. And the car's gone. We're not thinking about it anymore, just relaxing. Now a truck arrives and it passes by on the same road. It's a bigger truck. It might even be noisy. And we notice it. Observe the truck without feeling like you need to get into the truck and travel with it. Just let it pass by. We're not traveling with it, we're simply observing as it moves on by and down the road it goes. Out of our sight, out of our mind, just feeling the breath. Feel your body relaxing. And the vehicles on this road are just like our thoughts. Now feel yourself relaxing, sitting on the same park bench, and just observe. You might notice thoughts coming into your mind. Now, rather than getting attached to those thoughts, and rather than getting in the car and going for a ride, just let that thought pass by. Just like the cars and trucks drive on down the road. Sitting on the park bench, feeling your body breathing, relaxing. When the next thought comes into your mind, allow it to move on and drive down the road. Feeling your body relaxing. And you can use this technique anytime you want, especially when you have lots of thoughts. So you just observe them coming and going, allowing your thoughts to pass by without needing to think about them over and over and over again. You just let them go, just like the traffic. So let's take 3 more deep breaths all together. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And in and out. And then you can start to open your eyes and come back to join us. So that was a different type of meditation, and we were just paying attention to our thoughts. So it's okay if we get distracted, and it's okay if thoughts just pop into our head. The trick is just to kind of let them go without getting stuck on them. And that's really hard sometimes. So it takes a lot of practice. So how did people, or what did you think of that meditation? How did it go? Was it hard for you? Miranda says, cool. Jordan said it's good, feels good. Kind of hard, yeah. Shelby fell asleep. That is totally fine. Laura said, I was able to let my thoughts wander. Nice. It's hard for me to stay awake. Yes. It does get a little hard to remain focused. It's pretty long. It's a lot of, just thinking in your own head. I can definitely see why it would be hard to stay awake. And did people find that they got caught up in their thoughts as they passed by? Was it hard to let their thoughts go? Some people say yes. Got some no's, a little bit. Did anyone find ways of bringing their attention back once they lost it? Yeah, wow, I'm just reading. There's a lot in the chat. Did people think that it was helpful to imagine their thoughts passing by? Some people say yes, some people say no. It's good for you to notice those things. Awesome. So let's see, does anyone have anything they would like to share? What about Laura Hill?
Hi, how are you guys tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing good. So I found that all the exercises tonight just kind of helps, keep you calm. I just got my second vaccine last night. So I don't know, just everything, the exercises just help kind of take your mind off of that last night and just kind of made you feel calm and just feeling good.
Yes, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yep, you're welcome.
And it's so great to hear that you got your second vaccine. That's amazing. What about Danielle?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What I really liked about that is it helped me to take my mind off my day's work and just to relax and let things go.
Yes, I love that. That's so good to hear, especially after maybe a stressful day or a day that was a lot of thinking. It's really good just to give ourselves a little break. Just watch those thoughts pass by if we can. Thanks for sharing, Danielle.
You're welcome.
How about Alex Arthur?
What I learned about the ocean breathing is because yoga's most common sense to calm down. So I did research for Google. So according to that, the Google, it says it evolves for calm, focus, clarity, and well-being.
Wow. Calm, focus, clarity, and well-being.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Indeed.
Thanks for letting us know, Alex. That's really good research.
No problem.
And how about Jordan McLeod? Do you have something to share?
Okay, tonight's session, it really, so when someone gets nervous, and I sometimes am nervous when I'm doing my swim competitions, I sometimes like to tense up my muscles a little bit and take my tensions out and just relax those before a race. So I do that, and I also like to keep up with my breathing techniques, like I'm doing at home, like every day apparently, and it really helps me with my thoughts and my focus and my mind and my rest of my body. Really calms me down. Yes, and then while I'm sleeping at night, I have a soft sound machine, and I turn that on, and it relaxes me a little bit.
Awesome. Nice. So you maybe do some mindfulness before swimming, and then also before bed is a really good time just to relax your mind. That's great to hear. And I'm wondering, Jordan, do you have a favorite breathing technique that you use?
Just some deep breathing techniques. Yeah.
That's awesome. Great. Thanks for sharing, Jordan.
You're welcome.
And then I feel like Kelsey, do you want to talk some more? I think we don't really have any more practices left, but we can take a few questions and comments.
Yeah, does anyone have any questions about anything we've done, or maybe want to share with the group anything that's worked really well for them that they think might be helpful? That was a mindfulness practice. So something like breathing or some kind of mindful movement.
I did like the ocean breathing and the progressive relaxation. I found it interesting to tense up my muscles and then relax them. As for and also the hot chocolate one was good. And for the last one of watching my thoughts meditation, I thought that was very good because with my trip to Jasper coming up as of Wednesday this week, I've had lots of thoughts with it, like good thoughts and stuff, but the thoughts you get when you're packing. Did I bring this? Did I forget this? Or all those thoughts that come to your head when you're packing your suitcase to go somewhere nice.
Yeah. And you know what? I love that you said that, because you could put your thoughts on airplanes and watch airplanes fly by too if you wanted to do something a little bit different from cars. I know you didn't take an airplane, or you potentially didn't, but that's a fun one. Just you packing made me think of it. Or clouds. I'm not sure if anyone's done where you put your thoughts on a cloud and you watch the cloud drift away. Or you can put your thoughts on a. You've tried that one, Laura?
Yeah, and I pretend that clouds are animals.
Very good. Yeah, a little bit of creativity. I love it. Well, thank you for sharing, Laura. That's so wonderful to hear. And I see Jessica, your hand is up as well, and I'm curious if you have a comment or a question.
Okay. I have what I've been sometimes at nighttime. I use a sleep meditation to help me fall asleep, and the one that we just did, then just help me remember about that.
Oh, okay. And does it seem like something you could maybe do before bed to help you sleep, one of these activities?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, good. I know a lot of people like to use mindfulness to help them start to feel more relaxed and to help clear their mind, because sometimes our minds are so jammed full of thoughts and worries and things from the day and from tomorrow. And so sometimes these activities can make us feel really, really relaxed so we can have a really good sleep. Great. Well, thank you for sharing, Jessica. Hopefully if I know I have a bit of trouble sleeping in the heat, so if anyone's having trouble sleeping tonight, you can try one of our mindfulness activities. Well, thank you so much to everyone who was able to contribute. We're running a little low on time. I saw Steph in the chat had mentioned we apologize we didn't get to everyone as quickly as we would have liked. I can see a couple wonderful faces, and I'm trying to scroll through to see as many wonderful faces as I can. But we have so enjoyed being here. And if you would like to share anything else in the chat, we would love, love, love to hear it as we close up for today. We do have the password on the screen here. So the password for your tracker points is neon fish. And so I thank you so much for being here, engaging with us. It's always a pleasure. And Steph, do you have anything else you'd like to add here?
No, I think that was everything. I just wanted to thank everyone for being such an awesome audience and for participating with us. Yeah, it was really fun. So thank you so much.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be a guest here. So thanks for making it so fun for Steph and I.